Hey, what's up volleyball community? Hope you guys are doing well. Hari from Wonder of Volleyball here and welcome to my corner of the internet. In this channel, you'll be getting to know about all things volleyball. Like and subscribe and let's get into today's video. When you are just starting to play volleyball, executing an effective overhand serve can be challenging. There are many moving parts that you have to get really good at in order to perform an impactful overhand serve. In this video, I'll be discussing in detail about the practical tips that you can incorporate to master this particular serve. So don't skip and watch till the end. But before we get into the video, here's an interesting fact about volleyball. The colored volleyballs were introduced in tournaments for the very first time in 1998. This is to make it a lot easier for everybody to follow the path of the ball, irrespective of whether they are watching a match live or on television. A common method used by volleyball coaches to assess the player's readiness for an overhand serve. Before we get into the practical tips, let's understand the common method used by volleyball coaches to assess a player's readiness for the overhand serve. When you know this, it will be pretty helpful if you are trying out for a team. You can practice this particular skill and on the day of the tryout, you can perform it efficiently and effectively. The first thing volleyball coaches ask players to do before training them for an overhand serve is to ask them to throw the ball over the net and into the opponent court with an overhead motion. Just like this. If a player is able to do it successfully, then they'll move on to training them for the other parts of the overhand serve. If that isn't the case, then a coach will first concentrate on providing drills in a bit to increase the overall strength of their hands to aid them successfully through the ball over the net and into the opponent court area. A volleyball coach will be able to train a player further for the overhand serve only when they are able to throw the ball over the net. The main reason for this is that a serve will be considered as a fully completed one only when the ball crosses over the net and reaches the opponent court. If that doesn't happen, then it is a serve error and the point will be awarded to the opponent team. Also, some coaches will ensure that a beginner player is fully familiar with how to perform the underhand serve. This is simply because underhand serve is the main base of the overhand serve. If a player is aware of performing the underhand serve, then it would be easy for them to understand and master this particular one. Now that you are clearly aware about the common method used by volleyball coaches to assess the readiness of a player for an overhand serve, it's time to look into the practical tips that you can incorporate in order to perform it effectively and impactfully. Injecting a bit more power. Overhand serve is one of the critical serves that you can perform during a volleyball match. Your serving hand is your best friend when it comes to performing a powerful overhand serve. There are a couple of ways you can incorporate more power into it. The first method is to strengthen your fist. Your fist plays a major role in performing a powerful overhand serve. When you toss the ball and swing to hit it, your fist makes the contact on the ball and sends it across the net. Hence, having a strong fist allows you to inject as much power as you want when performing the overhand serve. Focusing on fist strengthening exercises will make it harder and stronger. The second method is to strengthen your shoulder, elbow, and wrist. Producing a powerful overhand serve requires you to have a strong shoulder, elbow, and wrist. Why? You need to swing your hitting hand in order to perform the overhand serve. To perform a powerful one, you need to have a strong shoulder, elbow, and wrist to make it effective and impactful. Also, sometimes when you perform the overhand serve, you make contact on the ball with your wrist instead of your fist. In that case, the power of your overhand serve shouldn't be hampered, and for that to happen, you need to have a strong wrist. Factors that make overhand serve challenging for beginner players. Overhand serve is one of the types of serves that a beginner player struggles when they start playing volleyball. There are 5 key factors that can be challenging for beginner volleyball players to understand and get good at when they train for performing the overhand serve. They are serving accurately, injecting the right amount of power on the serve, perfecting the toss, ball control, and making the right contact on the ball. Serving accurately. Accuracy is one of the critical things a beginner player struggles when they are training to get the overhand serve right for the very first time. The serve might go straight up in the air, out of bounds, or sometimes you'd hit it on to your teammate. The best way to perform the overhand serve accurately is to try placing the ball rather than going for more power in the initial stages. Once you are comfortable performing the serve accurately, then you can go for a bit more power. Injecting the right amount of power. You should understand that overhand serve is not all about power alone. You must know when to go for power and when to go for placement. For example, if you are seeing a weak passer in your opponent team, then going for a bit more power and a little bit of placement when performing the serve to that particular person would do the trick. On the other hand, if your opponent team is pretty strong, then there is no other option but to go for a powerful overhand serve. Remember, volleyball is a sport where you need to take decisions on the court, and having the skill to realize and recognize when to go for power and when to go for placement is invaluable to your team successfully scoring a point. Perfecting the toss. The first thing a volleyball coach teaches when training a beginner player for getting the overhand serve right is to perfect the toss. Without the right toss, it would be very difficult to perform the overhand serve the way you want. The right way to toss the ball is either in front of your body or in front of your hitting shoulder when going for this particular serve. Perfect the toss and you'll be able to perform the overhand serve with much more precision. Ball control. Toss and ball control goes hand in hand. When you have a proper ball control, you will be able to toss the ball accurately and perform a great overhand serve. To get the perfect ball control, stay light on your feet and keep your body and hands relaxed. If you do that correctly, then achieving the right ball control would be a lot more easier. Getting the right ball contact. If you have all the skills mentioned above mastered and you don't make the right contact on the ball, it would be pretty challenging to achieve the expected result out of your overhand serve. The right way to make contact on the ball is to hit it with an open fist and at the center of the ball. Doing this way will aid you to perform a powerful overhand serve. If you want your serve to go flat and hard, then strike the ball with an open fist and in a downward motion of your hitting hand. That way, it's easier to achieve the desired result of making your serve going flat and hard into your opponent court. How do you make your overhand serve go far into your opponent court? When you're just getting started to play volleyball as a beginner volleyball player, it would be very challenging for you to get the overhand serve over the net. There are three aspects you can focus in order to do it successfully. They are getting your serve over the net, perfecting the toss, and developing a ball contact method that works for you. Getting your serve over the net. This is essential. You need to get your overhand serve over the net in order to make it count as a completed serve. To do that, you can focus on strengthening your hitting hand and shoulders to make your serve go over the net. Once you get your serve over the net, follow the tips that I told you in this video to perform a powerful and impactful overhand serve. I hope that you now have a clear idea on some of the practical tips you can employ when performing an impactful overhand serve. The overhand serve isn't for absolute beginners, and it would be very helpful if you know the serve basics and how to perform the underhand serve before training to get the overhand serve right. If you want to know the different methods to perform the underhand serve, then click the card on the screen and get a proper understanding of it. If you like the video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to Wonder of Volleyball if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now and take care.